All right, namaste, my witchlings. Oh no! Camera got bumped. No, it's awake. It's just staring behind. There we go. Hello. It's Monday. We had the power go out over the weekend, so yesterday was full of chaos and fun. But we're here. Namaste, my witchlings. Hello, 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 and welcome, one and all. Please be mindful of the energy you bring into this space and be respectful in my chat. If you are not, Arnold and the mods will be finding you with the banhammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Favorite Autobot. All right, there we go. Making sure that I have everything I need right here. I'm just... All right. Got my hairs halfway tolerable. Oh, I have cat hair in my nose. You know, it is very interesting. It is interesting trying to... It is interesting trying to scratch my nose with 3 piercings in my nose. There we go. Ha. I'm about to put the headband back in. Or a headband. Screw it. We'll use this one because I'm not sure where the... I have an entire makeup bag that is nothing but my headbands. And I'm not seeing it right now, so I'll just put this one back on. Because my hair looks a bit frizzier than usual today. Oh, I'm not sick. The Spawn has a friend visiting, And so we did a Flight of the Bumblebee dust and vacuum. And so, yeah. Hello. I'm assuming they are on Insta. Oh, where? Oh, hello, Eric. How the hell did I not see that? I am blind. This is what happens when the power goes out and my computer decides to just puke all over itself. All of my settings and everything get jacked up. There we go. And look, puppy's back. All right. But there we go. Hello, Miroslav. And hello, Eric. I did say hi. I see an Echo. I see an Andrea. I see a Hazel. Hello. Am I enjoying my day? Actually, kind of yes. Because of the fact we have power back. So I am not freezing. We have power and we have internet back. So I am not freezing and I have entertainment. Ah, oh, son of a seagull biscuit biter. Can you fix that? Knew I had something to do. Thank you. Knew there was something I still needed to do. Should be in the drawer. Hi. I feel stupid.
You had one job.
Do you know how paranoid I am that I'm going to break my coffee mug one of these days? Oh no, I said I feel stupid, not I am stupid. I feel like a moron right at the moment because, well, unfortunately these things happen far too often. I have my days. Some days I do really well. And then some days I put my phone in the refrigerator or I put my keys in the refrigerator and try to hang the milk carton on the key hook. I am the one who lost my phone by setting it on top of the refrigerator while I was moving, though. That was bad. I went without my phone for like 3 days because I didn't have my smartwatch yet. Speaking of, smartwatches weren't a thing yet. And the kids and I were packing up to move over here. And I had set my phone on top of the fridge so I wouldn't lose it. And, yeah, battery died like 20 minutes after I set it up there and I forgot I had put it there. Had no idea where it was for like 3 days. I was losing my mind. I have moments. Yes. The Fae folk drinking my coffee would be highly entertaining. Although there is a small part of me that is convinced my dad was Fae, because that man was just touched. All right. Oh, hey, look at that. Don't mind me. I'm checking because I have an Amazon order due today and I want to know when it's coming. Because I believe... Nope, it just has my Vitiums in it, so okay. That would make, yes, that would logically make sense, Hazel. Oh, God, yes. Echo trying to hang the laptop up because the... Yep. I think it's an ADD thing. And also ADD, as soon as something leaves your hands and you have put it where it belongs, it no longer exists. Because you'd be going, where the fuck did I put something? I just had it in my hand. what did I do with it? Hell, okay, so I do my makeup every day, and I have one of those little mesh things, net mesh sponge things to clean my brushes with between eyeshadow colors. I tidied my office last weekend, reorganized shit, and I have no idea what I did with it. It is not with any of my makeup stuff. And I'm just like, because I use it every stinking day that I do makeup. My ADD is wonderful. Not. And now I have to wait forever because the Keurig takes forever to brew. Gah. I am eternally grateful that he is willing to keep me supplied with coffee. Yep. I'm going to set it here and I'll be back and pick it right back up in 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, you're like, what did I do with it? Yep. I was just going to say something and I do not know what I was going to say. Nope. It's gone. Train of thought just utterly and completely derailed. I did do that though, right? Yes, good. I have been... That is why... Hey, Will, Hazel, that is why I park in the same spots everywhere I go. I am blessed that I have my disabled placard, so I'm close to the door anyway. But I park in the same parking spaces in every... I have my parking spaces in every business I frequent. And if I do not park in one of those spots, I will lose my car. Thank you.
When we used to have a card that looked just like it that would park in the other one.
I have a blue Chevy Cruze, and there is another one in town here that is its identical twin and has blue plates just like mine does. And we would park nose to nose with each other at the grocery store, and we'd be going, which one's yours, which one's mine? Yep. So, yeah, we ended up doing things to make mine a smidge bit more unique. Hey, Lucky. What in the... Ow. All right. That's a little more comfortable. Ow! My glasses are not being comfortable today. I am still spinning. Yeah, I'm technically, yes, I'm okay. I'm just slightly annoyed right now. I'm also still recovering from not having had power for the last 2 nights, so I haven't been able to wear my CPAP. And night before last, I was snoring so loud so many times, I woke the poor man behind the curtain up at least 5 times. Because I know he told me to roll over at least 3 of those. And so, yeah. That sounds cool. Oh, Lord, yes. Oh, my God. And you go to take your glasses off, and you've got one hair caught here, and you go to pull, and oh, yes. Hate it. I don't wear headphones as much as I used to, but I do remember that. But see, I'm also a child of the 80s and 90s where we had the metal headband with the little foamy earphone. Yeah. He does much better with it than I do. He is much more adept at entertaining himself without the phone or the computer. Whereas did I leave my spiral bound notebook out there last night, babe? On my little notebook that I was writing shit in? Okay. So what I have been doing is, because, well, all of my books that I want to read just for fun of it are packed away right now because we were going to take the shelves that are in the bedroom out, which is where my books were, and find another home for them. And it was supposed to be temporary that my library was packed away. I think they've been packed away for 2 years now. Hey, Mike. That's true. So, yeah, we're just kind of in a holding pattern. yeah, I entertain myself on my phone. And I'm like, okay, we've got the generator going, so I can use the computer, but we don't have internet. And I'm like, okay, so I want to be able to write stuff because I've got millions of ideas spinning in my head right now. And I have no way to just write. Oh, I know I could have used Notepad, but I didn't want to use Notepad. But weird. This one I got Marchish. Valentine's Day or March. Valentine's or Easter. I got this one on my birthday, and I got my navel pierced on my birthday. But I did change this out to a very much more noticeable piece of jewelry. It was just a capture bead opal, and it's now a butterfly, so it's a lot more obvious. Thank you. I've been wanting to write, so I just decided, fine, okay, I'm going to grab a spiral-bound notebook, and I'm just going to start writing down some of this shit. All right, now that I have coffee and everything is settled and we are mostly ready, shall we get going? I'm going to take a sip. Yes. Take a sip and let's get started, shall we? Clunk. I wipe and then I make sure I clean the jewelry off. As I was saying, it makes having this and these makes scratching my nose and when it's tickled. Sorry, babe. He's feeling that. All right, my darlings, my dears, my loves. Let's get going, shall we? All right. So, today's reading. Oh, shit, I'm not, huh? All right, there we go. Dum, dum, dum. All right, here we go. All right. Today's reading invites us to ground our joy in purpose. The cards remind us that even in chaos, beauty blooms when we act with awareness and heart. Namaste asks us to eat with intention, savoring nourishment as sacred. Self-compassion tells us to nag, notice, acknowledge, and go, and give kindness to ourselves in our moment of Zen. Robert M. Pirsig reminds us that Buddha's Godhead resides in all things, and Janet Jiryu Abels teaches that Zen is lived not only on the mat, but in every mindful act of being. Namaste, Witchlings. Welcome one and all to Di's Daily Divinations and Self-Care. This is where magic meets mindfulness, where we weave together the sacred spiral flow, honoring the day, listening to the cards, and caring for ourselves along the way. So, with that, welcome back, or if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, and welcome. Each day, we flow with the sacred spiral. I am Di, your favorite yoga witch and guide through this. So let's dip into today's spiral together. Now, go grab your favorite crystal. I am grabbing rose quartz today because it genuinely is my favorite. That's not, well, yep. Nope, that's cherry quartz. So we're grabbing cherry quartz. Light your candle or incense, cozy up with a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever brew fills your mug today, and let's step into today's spiral of wisdom and self-care together. Don't forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. It helps the Witchling circle grow, and it keeps our daily spiral turning. We're having a day here. It is so Monday. Nope. Oh. Doo-doo. All right. No birthdays today, unfortunately. All right. Let's get going. Continuing on. As I light the flame, may our light be a beacon of hope in the darkness for those who are stumbling and or lost along the way. I also light this light in for the survivors and victims of gun violence in the United States. And now, with the lighting of our candle, our circle is closed and we invite the ancestors to be with us today. All right. All right, my witchlings. Before we dive into the cards, let's check and see what everybody has to say in chat for a minute. So, eyebrow was done August of 24. At the Seattle Tattoo Expo. This side of my nose, the first time was 2010, 2011. And then this year I did this side, and my navel because, well, I know. Okay. Okay, I'll fix. Sorry. Discussing notes. But yeah, I have wanted these for years. I've got to get down to have to the piercing place to have this one changed because I can't do it. And then I did this because I want one of the chains that goes over the top of nose because I just think they look really cool. I'm weird. I'm pushing 50 years old and, taking fashion tips from 20 and 30 somethings. Before we get into today's holidays real quick, I do want to do a quick debrief since yesterday sucked balls trying to do it. None. Not yet. None yet. So Saturday, I got to go play crossing guard for my hometown's trick-or-treat street. Had an absolute blast. It was so much fun. The weather managed to hold off and not start pouring down rain until Spawn and I were waiting for the bus home. So that was awesome. I wore this because yesterday was the Samhain market for the Pacific Northwest Witches Market. So I hope they had a blast. I saw pictures and some reels, and it looks like the weather was, well, just as nasty as it was a year ago when Raven and I met at the Samhain market. So what piercing do I regret getting if I have regrets? I do not have any regrets yet. So far, I have not had any that I dislike. As far as tattoos, the McDonald's logo is the closest I get to having a regret, but only because it's the McDonald's logo and one of the kids changed their name so it doesn't quite fit anymore. But as soon as I explain the significance behind it, people think it's the coolest thing they've seen. Go full Bajorn. Yes, that would be fun. That would be painful, but fun. I will not do any lip piercings. The Munchkin has snake bites. I can't do that. My teeth are too jacked up. And that is the same reason why I won't do a tongue piercing. I mean, come on. I already broke this one in half. Do we want to do that one? Because that would be my luck, right? I have my daiths pierced and I have this. I do want to get more cartilage piercings and more in my ears. And I have a fuck ton of tattoos planned. I see that. And apparently we have everybody in the portrait chat and nobody in the landscape. But hey, not complaining. At least we got people chit-chatting and watching. Oops. All right, so we have holidays. What are today's holidays? Ooh. We're starting with Separation of Church and State Day, a cornerstone of true democracy. That would help. Try this again. Separation of Church and State Day, a cornerstone of true democracy. Separation of church and state reminds us that freedom of religion also means freedom from religion in governance. In these times, it's a good moment to reflect on how vital this balance is to protecting every citizen's rights. Next, we have Plush Animal Lovers Day. At 47 years old, I still have a teddy bear who sleeps with me every night on the bed, and honestly, I think I have more stuffies than my kids do, potentially all three of them put together. Plush Animal Lovers Day celebrates that comforting, cuddly magic that never really leaves us. I can't reach her. It is honoring the nation's first responders day. Today we honor the brave souls who run toward danger while the rest of us seek safety. Our firefighters, EMTs, LEOs, and paramedics and rescue teams. Their courage and compassion deserve recognition every day, not just once a year. And that's our holidays for today. And that, my friends, is that. It's fucking Monday. Oh, okay. Now that I'm not... I picked this up for my son's ex and she left it here. So this little guy came back into my office last night. And she will hang out here in my office with me until such time as I either decide to hand her off to someone else or I just decide that I don't want her in here anymore. But she has a home now. She's not getting given to Took. I'm not going to let him. No. Him no eat corn. Okay, Cece has spoken. Apparently Cece wants to keep the unicorn. She is absolutely adorable. She came from Dollar Tree at Christmas too. So, hey. I have a problem when it comes to certain things. Fuzzy socks, blankets, and stuffed animals, but certain stuffed animals. I see a stuffed Triceratops. I'm going to pick it up because he loves them. Unicorns, those are my thing. Pigs, stuffed pigs. We still get stuffed pigs a lot. But yeah. And the corn, that was not me talking. That was... Cece decided to come out and, yeah. She likes stuffies. I have a feeling my littles, my internal littles, are a big part of why I have the number of stuffed animals I do. About near went toe-to-toe with my father-in-law once. When Men Behind the Curtain and I first got together and the kids came over and he saw that my sons were carrying stuffed animals. And he started to say something about them being too old for stuffed animals. We'll get there in a second, Andrea. And I'm like, no, they are not. And you will not tell them that. But, nope. For one thing, my oldest son is autistic, and that white rabbit is the only thing keeping him from melting down and destroying everyone's eardrums. Number two, my youngest child has abandonment issues, and that is his stepdad's stuffed animal that he left with him to help alleviate some of that abandonment issue. You will not say a goddamn word to my children. He backed off. Okay. As for how Cece came to be named, Cece is one of a set of twins. They are 4 years old. There are Cece and Missy. When I was a kid, everybody called me Sissy. And so my mother honestly was surprised when I went to first grade and realized and recognized my name, because I had been called Sis or Sissy my entire life up till that point. And also, like so many women, when I was a young girl, if I did something wrong, I got the little missy, what do you think you're doing? So C is the bright, happy, cheerful little sister altar that we have. And if we think we're in trouble, Missy comes out and she's, okay, I'm sorry. I'll be good now kind of kid. And the man behind the curtain will tell you that that is close to her voice, but it is not her voice. And that is one of the ways we know that I am not faking it. I cannot intentionally use any of their voices. And it is trippy as hell. What's even funnier is when people who know me well will watch my face and literally my features shift when certain altars come out. It's weird. She does. Yeah, Missy has a very specific whimper. Yeah. Love it. I am going to be nice and not embarrass the man behind the curtain. But his nephew could not pronounce his name. And he ended up with the most adorable nickname because of it. That his niece picked up on for a little while, but they now call him by name. But it was so cute. I think it's adorable. But I can't, he just, his first name starts with W. And so, his nephew will call him Whoa Whoa. Because he couldn't spit out his whole name. It was so cute. Holy sheepskin, I'm warm. Coffee is getting warm. Hello, Bean. All right. Do we want to check the cards now? Ooh, we have some fun later. Little kids are awesome. They're so adorable. My older brother is Art, so his nickname was Artie when I was a kid. And I would call him R.E. Or my older brother Bill was BL, because that's how I pronounced it. Yeah. Yup. I apologize for that. I swear to God, the heating pad is not on, but I feel like it. All right. Let's move on to the cards. Yes. Holy cheese whiz. All right. All right, first card here is commitment. Next, inconsistencies. And last but not least, we have I need to reach out. All right. You made a commitment to someone whose inconsistencies are starting to ripple through your energy, leaving you uneasy. Now you're feeling that intuitive nudge. I need to reach out. Do not ignore it, my witchling. Support and clarity often arrive at the moment we open the door and ask. And tarot. So, oops. Did that work? Okay. First tarot card is the Four of Rods reversed. Next, Four of Rods reversed says joy, happiness, and different points of view. The Page of Rods is next. All right, trying this again. We have the Page of Rods. Page of Rods is an young, enthusiastic, strong-willed person who is determined to be successful. Last but not least, Five of Cups reversed. Your troubles are ending. You are receiving acceptance and growing spiritually. And what do they say together? The Four of Rods reversed invites a fresh kind of joy, one born from seeing things through new eyes. The Page of Rods steps forward with fiery enthusiasm, reminding you that determination and curiosity are powerful allies on your path. And the Five of Cups reversed brings the sweet promise of healing. Your troubles are easing, acceptance is blooming, and your spirit is rising stronger than before. And what do they all scream? I realize that. All right, now let's braid the Oracle and Tarot together, bringing tarot. All right, die. Now, let's braid the Oracle and Tarot together, bringing their voices into one sacred spiral message. All right. You've committed to someone or something that's now revealing cracks of inconsistency, leaving you uncertain. Yet new energy is rising, enthusiasm, fresh perspective, and joy return through the Page of Rods and Four of Rods reversed. The Five of Cups reversed assures healing and spiritual growth. Trust that the turbulence is clearing the way for renewed strength and alignment. All right. And now, our affirmation. I release doubt and welcome clarity. Every challenge reveals my strength. Every ending opens the door to joy. I trust the flow of change, knowing that Spirit guides me toward people and paths that honor my highest growth. I am open, I am resilient, and I rise renewed. I like it. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. There we go. Yep. They're popping in and out. We're doing good today. Yes, Echo was. Echo, I'm sure, will be back. I have no idea, though. Itchy. Isn't it? We have a Luna. We have not got a Tookers, or all I have is one. You know, I'm actually kind of happy about this. Apparently, my show here is attracting Therians, furries, teenagers, and trans kids, and I'm not complaining. I am totally here for that. I will happily be that safe space for them. I'm gonna say, hopefully I will remember what I just wanted to say during coffee or during chilling with the Witchlings, but I don't remember if it goes a he, a she, or a they, and I feel bad about that one because that's something I try to remember. We will get to Goddess after we do Namaste and Self-Compassion, but she is very old. Oh, hell's bells and tinker toys. I did it again. Hold on. That's okay. I got distracted while I was in the middle of things. This is what happens when I get sidetracked and I'm doing 4 things at once. Teutonic. That was the word I was looking for. There we go. Today's goddess is Teutonic, so she's going to be interesting to get to. I take it Andrea really loves the goddesses. I love that. Downloads. I know I downloaded it today. This is what happens when I'm doing 5 things at once and get out of my routine. Oh, I love this. I do this to myself all the damn times. Time. Yeah, I'll fix it later. Ooh. Yeah, I do, actually, but that's okay. That works. There she is. Ha. All right. Oh, he was saying that we have a naming scheme for the files when I download the pictures of the goddesses. He just said he's tempted to just change that and purge the folder that we put them all in. And I just name them goddess and throw them in that folder instead of, because it's the date and then the name of the goddess. And yeah. If I get distracted while I'm doing that, whether it's because I'm doing the goddess of the day, conjuring the affirmation of the day, doing my face, etc., things get forgotten. All right, moving on to our Namaste and self-compassion. After I drink something again. Is that what I think it is? It is. Yes. All right. Need to keep track of that. Moving on to Namaste. Namaste reminds us to chew your food. Eat with intention. Savor the food in your mouth and chew it well. This not only aids in digestion, but it helps to ground you in the present. Focus on the texture of the food in your mouth. Is it sweet? Is it savory? Pretend you're a food critic. Enjoy the process of eating and break down the process of eating break down the experience as much as possible. I'm going to read that again. Chew your food. Eat with intention. Savor the food in your mouth and chew it well. This not only aids in digestion, but it helps to ground you in the present. Focus on the texture of the food in your mouth. Is it sweet? Is it savory? Pretend you're a food critic. Enjoy the process of eating and break down the experience as much as possible. Intentionally chewing your food while eating will allow you to be more present. Being in the moment, any moment, can reduce stress significantly. Just by doing this, you may be able to notice what kinds of food your body needs and is craving. I like that one. All right, so that is Namaste. So, moving on to and now, self-compassion. Self-compassion is that nagging feeling. Notice an unpleasant emotion, allow it to be for a few moments, and watch it go. Notice, allow, go. And that's our self-compassion for today. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Yes, actually, this week's this week's Sanskrit word is sankalpa, too. So, kind of all goes together here. Now let's see who today's goddess is. All right, next. We honor the goddess of the day, a divine presence to inspire, guide, and walk with us on today's spiral. Iduna, the Teutonic goddess of love and longevity, guards the golden apples of immortality in Asgard's radiant orchards. Born of flowers and wed to Bragi, she unites eternal youth with poetic devotion. Her apples bring sweetness, endurance, and divine connection to the hearts of lovers and dreamers alike. Today, honor Iduna through apple magic and dreams. Polish an apple, place it under your pillow, and invite visions of love. In the morning, eat or drink from the fruit with gratitude, letting its energy bless your heart and renew your bonds with joy, compassion, and lasting vitality. That is today's goddess. What do you guys think of her? It's definitely Monday, y'all. All right. Possibly. I don't remember Anna and Elsa's, and it's Anna, A-N-A, but that's okay. Anna and Elsa's mother. That's kind of cool, though. I will do some research and get back to you. Oh, I really wish I could combine both chats into one. So Hazel in the other chat said that today's Namaste reminds her of Buddhism, Sati, which is mindfulness, and I am very much in agreement there. A lot of the Namaste cards hark back to some of the Buddhist and yogic principles. And finally, my witchlings. We close our divination with a moment of Zen, a teaching from the Little Book of Zen to carry into your day. Our quotes today come from Robert M. Pirsig and Janet Jiryu Abels. Robert M. Pirsig is the author of the book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Very good book. I think this comes from that book. And the quote is, "The Buddha, the Godhead, resides quite as comfortably in the circuits of a digital computer or the gears of a cycle transmission as he does at the top of a mountain or in the petals of a flower. To think otherwise is to demean the Buddha, which is to demean oneself." Janet Jiryu Abels is telling us, the practice of Zen is not limited to the meditation mat. The practice of Zen is our entire life and is the very thread that binds our different lives together. Discovering this truth is called awakening, and it can take a circuitous route. Circuitous route? Anyway, circular route. Spiral! It's a spiral! Oh my God, how did I not pick that one up? So for the... And that, my darlings, is our moment of Zen for today. Haha. Ow. All right. My witchlings, it is time to wrap up our show for the day. So... I didn't do a blessing today. I feel bad. All right, so as we open our circle with the extinguishing of our candle, we extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors who joined us here. I didn't create one. Nope. Nope. All right, we're going to grab this one. Dum, bum, dum. Because honestly, I have gotten very much used to doing these blessings and I really love them. There we go. All right, y'all. Now I fixed it. It's Monday. All right, my loves. Before we go quickly, I want to remind you all, this channel is supported entirely by the Witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors here, simply magic and love. And I will leave you with our blessing. My witchlings, may today's reading remind you that wisdom isn't locked in temples or texts. It's alive in your breath, your body, your daily choices. The Buddha's Godhead resides in all things, so let your kindness be your temple, your laughter your prayer, your compassion be your meditation. As Janet Jiryu Abels teaches, the practice does not end when you rise from the mat. Carry your stillness into the noise, your light into the shadows, and your love into the ordinary. The magic continues within you, around you, and as you. Namaste, my witchlings. Now, go out. Now, Let's go out and spread love, joy, and kindness. There is already enough darkness and hate. Let's please try to be beacons of hope and light for those lost and stumbling in the dark. Tell your loved ones whether they walk on two legs, fly with wings, curl up with fur, glide with scales, or tiptoe on tiny paws and claws, that they are absolutely precious to you. Moments slip away far faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come way too soon. And please, my witchlings, always, always, always remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and your purpose here is real and genuine, even if you haven't discovered it yet. I was 45 before I did. I love you all to bits, my witchlings. Namaste, witchlings. All right. I had to change shirts. I figured it would be best if I went and changed shirts as opposed to, I don't know, emptying my stomach or passing out on camera. Yeah, what is being excited for tomorrow? Ew. That's right. I think Echo is a he, they. I would lose my head if it weren't attached. Yes, it is Snoopy. It's a Valentine Snoopy. Spawn picked it up for me at Hot Topic. If I am hoping to go, oh, hey, we are going to add Bean's birthday to the birthday list. Left, 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 left. All the way to the left. There it is. No, I didn't have anybody on today. Okay. Oh, tomorrow is birthday. Okay, Bean, 27th or 28th? Yep, just attack and then confirm date. That helps, yes. Awesome sauce. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm looking at my birthday list, and one of the names, I know exactly who it is, but I don't typically refer to her by that particular nickname. It's one that she's acquired since I knew her. So I'm sitting here going, I don't remember typing that. All right. Now that my glasses are tolerable. Yep. And once we are done here, I gotta check this again because I'm like really freaking paranoid. Yeah. Yep, that's what I want. All right. Now, Christ on a cracker, it's not gonna work, so screw it. You guys want to have some fun? Yeah. Happy birthday, Bean. I am so happy for you. Yeah. We just added your birthday to the birthday list for tomorrow. So we will be lighting our candle for you. Yeah, Snoopy. I love Snoopy. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot chair. Why are you not cooperating? All right. Okay, so because of the fact Friday is Samhain, I have the deck. I was supposed to read from this deck yesterday, but because of the fact, everything was jacked up yesterday, I did not. And so I pulled 3 cards for today. Sorry. So the reason I did not read these today during Daily Draw is I have to pull the book. And, okay, so this is card number 30. That flipped to 33. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, there's a recipe in here. So here's the information about the card, and then this is the interpretation, and so there's 2 pages of interpretation. All right. I was deliberately not. All right, so here we go. Our first Samhain Oracle card is Pumpkin Reversed, which says, uncaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. The keywords for the card are protection, fertility, and prosperity. And now we get to read. The reversed is a paragraph. When pumpkin is in reverse, know that you are a creative force capable of drawing wealth and joy. You are a vessel that can hold many things at one time. You are capable of creating beautiful things. Your creative power has no limitations. You are being guided to explore. Oh, then go back and record and I'll do it over. Hazel, yes, we also love Hot Topic. All right, we're going to start over because we want to record this as a short. So, I'm sorry. Go for it. Let's see what we can do. All right, so Samhain Oracle. Our very first Samhain Oracle card today is Pumpkin Reversed. And Pumpkin Reversed keywords are protection, fertility, and prosperity. And it says, uncaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that it comes. And the interpretation. When pumpkin is in reverse, know that you are a creative force capable of drawing wealth and joy. You are a vessel that can hold many things at one time. You are capable of creating beautiful things. Your creative power has no limitations. You are being guided to explore the ways fertility shows up in your life. You do not have to be with child to be fertile. Artistic endeavors are a type of fertility as well. Explore different ways to tap into the creative energy that lives inside your womb, whether it's painting or making paper. Next, we have, let me flip the book right quick. There it is. Next, we have Mischief Upright. Mischief Upright. All right. And its keywords are clever and naughty. Keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. Samhain isn't just about dark energy, loved ones who have passed, and things that go bump in the night. There is a fun, playful aspect to Samhain as well, a bit of naughtiness and a touch of cunning. There is an element of mischief to the night of Samhain. Trick-or-treating isn't just about candy. The trick comes from an ancient Samhain tradition when villagers would disguise themselves in animal skins to scare away the demons, ghouls, and goblins that were free to roam the earth for one night every year, often playing cruel tricks on humans. We humans are clever, though, and have found a way to keep the goblins at bay. Not all tricks are fun, however, at least not to all involved. Tricks and mischief can be mean-spirited and cruel at times. One must keep a lookout for those who find fun at the expense of others. Pulling mischief can mean a need to adopt a smarter approach to your situation. You may need to get creative to get what you want. You may even have to play a trick or two to get the outcome you desire. Be open-minded about how to overcome your challenges and, if possible, approach your situation with a bit of fun. Problems are serious, but that doesn't mean a bit of silliness can't help you to see it in a new way. And then finally, we have gone too far. Last but not least, we have other hand. Last but not least, we have Elders reversed. Elders' keywords are compassion and wisdom. Birthed from seed within the belly of the moon, they are the wise felt touches over our hearts and felt deep within the marrow of our spirit. Now, reversed elders. When elders is in reversed, know that you are in need of sage advice and should seek that advice before making any decisions. Now is not the time to act impulsively. You do not have everything you need to move forward at this time. Likewise, during the next moon phase, take special care to think before you speak. You may be in danger of saying things that cannot be taken back. And that, my darling witchlings, is what the Samhain Oracle had to tell us today. Ooh. 4 minutes. Ooh, God. All right. There is a possibility. Okay, that works. We can do that. Hold. Will you tell her to go away? She would listen to me. God damn it, Annie. Just go the fuck away and shut up for 5 minutes. I'm waiting for the other one. Oh, it's not me, but yes. The other one's trying to... I have a love-hate relationship with this time of year because my spirit guides decide they want to come out and talk more. Because that was her, one of them that just read that. For those of you who know me well enough to realize that was not my voice. Do you know how annoying it is to be able to hear yourself speaking and know that's not your voice? Love her. Oh, dear Lord, now they're arguing. This is great. Oh, wow. That's not bad. So my two younger kids ran cross country in junior high. So I'm familiar with some of this with run times and that. And that's actually a hilly 5.5 mile. And your fastest paced was 6:16 mile. That's really, really good. Have I ever said anything I have a monumental regret over? Oh, so many things. My ADD and lack of filter have led me to saying some horrible things. By the way, John, Hazel says she would die after a single mile. Let's see. Have there been any things that I really, really, really regret saying still, though? Guys! I do. But only 2 of them. Oh, damn. Yup, I can understand John's legs wanting to divorce from his body. Yup. No. There really isn't anything that I monumentally regret saying. I have stuck my foot in my mouth 1,000,000 times, but I have never yet managed to say anything that was not repairable, thankfully. I have not managed to stick my foot in my mouth to the point it destroyed a relationship. Oh, yay. Yeah, well, honey, that kind of goes with your age range. Most of the kids I knew didn't outgrow shit like that until they were like freshmen in high school, and even then some of them didn't. Me talking about stuff like that. Yeah, nope. I did not write fanfic and self-insert myself into the fanfics at all. No. Oh, that is going to be so cool, John. That was... So, I don't know if John... Yeah, John would know because he's seen the Discord. We were without power. And one of the books I wanted to dig out last night and look at, I commented on it in general, was my Design Your Own Tarot deck book. Because I am working on creating a Coven of the Sacred Spiral tarot deck, which I haven't had a chance to tell you guys about. I get these flashes of inspiration. I think they're messages from the other world, personally, but I will get these messages as I'm drifting off to sleep. And the most recent one was, so your yoga is the Sacred Spiral Flow. Your flagship offering seminar is the Sacred Spiral. The Sacred Spiral is working its way into everything that you do. So, you are now the Coven of the Sacred Spiral. And I'm like, I'm going to put that to the staff and see what they think. And then I'll kind of throw it out there to the Witchlings and see what they think. So far, nobody has complained. Everybody has thought it was awesome. So, throwing that out there for you guys today. What do you guys think? Are we the Coven of the Sacred Spiral? Or at least those of us who actually do workings together. Yeah, we were. We were told it would not be back on until late Tuesday, potentially as late as early Wednesday, and then 4:30 this morning. Oh, late Monday, as late as early Tuesday, and then 4:30 this morning. The house lit up like a Christmas tree because we did not realize that we had left every light in the house on. Yeah. We do, right, Andrea? But the best thing about the fact that the power came on is I had like 5 hours left to sleep that I could throw my CPAP on and actually get some decent sleep. The next thing I wanted to ask about with the sacred spiral, I am making jewelry. Good night, Bean. Go get some sleep, sweetheart. I am making jewelry, and I'm trying to decide, do I want to find just a spiral or a triskele? I'm going to see if I can pull up a picture of a triskele, which one of us can get it faster. I think I will on my phone than he will. Okay, that's what I thought. You're good. That's a triskele. Although... okay, that answers that. That's the other triskele I was considering. I'm gonna smack you. I'm gonna scream. But I'm thinking this, a charm of this, to make our coven jewelry out of. Or just make jewelry out of, and I want to make something. No! And I want to make something that special for, you were very close. It's E's instead of A's, but I want to do something special for the witchlings who are here and are essentially part of the coven, if that makes sense. The founding members, thank you, my love. And then I am also in the process of creating a small grimoire. It's probably not going to be small, but I'm working on creating a grimoire that will be the Sacred Spiral Coven grimoire. I am having so much fun with some of this stuff because I am a creative person, and I will go months without doing anything particularly creative, right? And then all of a sudden the bug will bite me in the ass and I am just go, 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 go. And at that point, it's a bitch and a half to get me to even put it down and go to sleep. So, yeah. I'm having fun here. 254 meters of climbing uphill. What? We are less than a day and a half worth of watch time from being monetized. We are at 32 hours and we are monetized. Holy shitballs, guys. I guess that means I need to start prepping some of this wonderful merch that I keep telling y'all about. I'm going to harass Liz about helping me create some shit. Hopefully she's healthy again. That poor woman. Her husband got sick. And she's, being good wife and mom and taking care of the hubby. And he's starting to feel better and she messages me and she's like, my throat's kind of feeling icky and I'm feeling run down. And I'm like, girl, you caught his crud. Are you sure it's not, the plague? And she's like, I don't think so. I'm like, honey, the first symptoms of the current version of the plague is a scratchy sore throat. And she's like, fuck. Because she does not, Can you imagine a 5-year-old and 2 11-year-olds with the plague all at the same time? Again, in Alaska? No. Yeah, the plague has made yet another resurgence and just... Oh, the bubonic plague has... Oh, shit. I didn't realize that the bubonic plague has had a resurgence. So we have the plague and we have COVID. I refer to COVID as the plague. I did not realize that the bubonic plague was coming back. Ooh, tuna, mayo. That sounds so good, John. I do something similar, but I don't use necessarily tuna. We haven't kept tuna in the house in a while. I will use canned chicken instead. A virtual party will be awesome once we hit monetization. Hi, Rolf. I'll properly greet you in a moment. Once we actually hit that 0 hours needed, yes, we are going to have one hell of a party. Now, I will say, hello, Rolf. How are you doing today? Welcome to the chaos that is Chilling with the Witchlings post-show. Hazel says she was just thinking about the symbol for the coven. What were you thinking, Hazel? I have one chat that is on the vertical mobile feed, and then one that's on a landscape computer feed. So I'm bouncing between the two of them. So if I start talking to someone or about something you don't see, please, I'm just in the other chat. I am going to guess Rolf is in Germany, because that is definitely a German name and German spellings. Or Danish, yeah. It's not an SFW. Okay. Oh, I'm guessing it is. Go ahead and share it in the Discord, Hazel. Hey, Irish! Oh, honey, you're fine if you type it in somewhat German. We get it. Yeah, if you're that concerned about it being... just DM it to me. I love this part of the day. Unfortunately, there are times when I have to cut it kind of short for whatever reason, be doctor's appointment or whatnot, but hey. Also, heads up, speaking of, we will probably not have a show next Monday because I have an appointment at the VA that I cannot do virtually, so I have to actually plant myself at the VA hospital on Monday. And it's going to be interesting. Who did what, huh? What about there we go. Oh, Irish, you're awesome. You are a doll. I have a couple of people who do that. I have one person who will pull up the show, turn the volume way down on their phone, toss their phone in their locker at work, and just go. And they'll check in every now and again. Thank you, Rolf. We try. Well, hold on. Ironically, I know the address for the VA hospital. But VAMC 26 miles. It is 26 miles one way, so basically 50 miles round trip. And on a good day, I'm looking at Google Maps. From home to the hospital is 33 miles. There we go. 40 minutes in traffic right now. Sometimes I'm able to, when I had my car working, I was able to just drive myself. This time I am catching a ride with an org. So that's going to be interesting. And if I have an appointment that's like ungodly early or really late, I don't know if I live far enough now because I think it's 40 miles that you have to live, that they will put you up in a hotel room overnight for either before or after your appointment, which was really cool. But yeah, that's entertaining sometimes. But I am blessed with the fact that, courtesy of COVID, virtual appointments are now a more frequent thing. And the reason I can't do virtual appointments with this one is I have to have x-rays and lab work done. Because I did something to my hand. Pretty sure it was a dog leash, but it hurts like holy Hades, so I need to go have it checked out. You're good, John. So that's going to be so much fun. Yeah, it is. So yeah, that's going to be fun, and that's going to make it very difficult to try and be in front of the camera for you guys. Now that I have figured out going live on my phone, I may do a quick pop in and say hi. Because My appointment is at 3, and I think I'm being picked up at like 2 because it's a half-hour drive or a 40-minute drive. So, yeah, I'll probably pop in, say hi as I'm running out the door. I am very nervous about this appointment, though, because it's my first one with a new primary care. I know she meant car, and I have made that particular typo because R and T are right next to each other. But now I'm envisioning Andrea's roommate riding Battle Cat to work. Thank you, John. It probably will. It probably will. I hate having to go through the whole rigmarole of meeting a new primary care, going through, everything that's wrong with me, all of that shit, renewing all of the referrals I've got out, and just it's such a pain in the ass. And my last doctor was so awesome. I loved her. But c'est la vie, right? Hilariously, she looked so much like a spoony friend of mine. It was trippy. That would be our family primary care doctor who sees, well, me, the man behind the curtain, the munchkin, and occasionally the boys when I can convince them that they need to go to the doctor. Oh, that's awesome, Hazel. But he is, when my kids were in high school, he would tell my kids just how many days they had left of being a kid and had to listen to mom. This is the same man who wears Star Wars sneakers to work or Star Wars slides to work. And he's really, really, really cool. Oh God, that totally sounds like something I would do. And that's something I need to do too. Getting older is not for the weak. It's one of those typos that I will pick up really quick because of fuzzbutt. But yeah, I am envisioning your roommate riding Battle Cat to work now. That would be kind of cool, though. Could you imagine rocking up to an office job riding Battle Cat? Oh God, I'm assuming people know who Battle Cat is. Anyway, moving on. Orko. Isn't it, though? Oh my gosh. Okay, so Hazel does not know who Battle Cat is. Battle Cat comes from the 80s, and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Battle Cat. Battle Cat He-Man. So, he starts out as this mild-mannered green and gold tiger. And then when He-Man becomes He-Man, he turns into this big badass cat. So, and his name before he becomes Battle Cat is Cringer because, well, he is a cowardly lion. And, yeah, we love Battle Cat. There's the Battle Cat. There he is in Cringer. So he's an adorable little floof. And then becomes this big badass, Battle Cat. Oh God, and he works at Whole Foods in the seafood department. So Battle Cat would be even more appropriate. We just have to keep Battle Cat out of the, workspace. Because he'd eat it all. I hate my brain. It's doing its thing again. Why is my bedroom door shut? Okay. That's right. Okay. Well, the bathroom and the bedroom doors are both shut, and that kind of confuses me. Cool. John is thanking the running group for tonight. That is cool. Let's see what else. What are we up to? What are we doing? I want to watch not scary movies, but I want to watch Halloween movies tonight. The Spawn is currently watching, yup. Hazel, I have a necklace that had that one on it. The Spawn is currently watching Nightmare Before Christmas and one of the Monty Python movies with a friend. I am probably going to watch Nightmare Before Christmas tonight. I want to watch Halloween Town, but I haven't decided because that I will probably binge all of them in one sitting. What are your favorite movies to watch at Halloween, guys? Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 are on the agenda for this week as well. And if I can find it, The Great Pumpkin. I love The Great Pumpkin. Gee, we can't tell. Yeah, Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. A few years back, while people type, if anybody's going to respond, the man behind the curtain and I were, I think, at Fred Meyer. So, think similar to Walmart, but older. And there was a DVD collection of all of the Peanuts holidays. So it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special, and the Christmas special. So of course we bought it, and it has more than just those three. It has at least one lesser known special for each holiday on each disc, and it was just, I love it. But I have misplaced the set, so I'm kind of bummed about that. Not that I have a DVD player that I can watch it on anywhere right easily anyway. That is something else we're going to be doing in the near future. I need to rearrange my office. Yes, but it's not in here for me to use, was my point. That's true, which is what led me to I need to rearrange my office. I've got so much stuff I want to do. Sad face. I think I have an HDMI port on the whoopty jigger. That helps so much. No, there is not an HDMI. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Can't plug it into the computer. I'm a dorkfish. Practical Magic. Dude! Practical Magic is getting a sequel. It's getting a sequel. I am so happy. But what pisses me off is I knew they were doing this, and I didn't get up to the island to be able to go, stalk Nicole Kidman or Sandy. Whitby. Did you realize that Practical Magic was filmed on Whitby? Alien. I have not seen the Alien movies. Want to, but haven't. Hey, James, how you doing today? But yeah, they are filming, or just recently finished filming Practical Magic 2. The entire cast came back, or the main members of the cast. Better now than I was an hour ago. I was overheating. But I'm so excited about it because I love that movie. I would give my right over. I had to think about which one I had. I would give my right ovary to meet Stockard Channing. I really would. In a conversation on a clip, a reel that was a clip from Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. We were discussing Stockard Channing and Patrick Swayze and how beautiful this particular scene was. And this person said that she was just crushing on Stockard Channing. And I'm like, I am too, but I see Stockard Channing and I see Rizzo. And then taking the scene they're in, I want to see Stockard Channing and Patrick Swayze singing There Are Worse Things I Could Do with him in costume for that movie. It would just, yeah. I'm horrible. No, I'm not actually. That one would be really awesome. Are we familiar with Tu Wong Fu? Yes, James and the Giant Peach is awesome as well. The name of the movie, the whole name of the movie is Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. And there is an HDMI port. And it has Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes, and John Leguizamo playing, Wesley Snipes and John Leguizamo are playing drag queens, whereas Patrick Swayze's character is very much a trans woman. And they come into this little bitty rinky-dink, I think, Texas town, and all hell breaks loose. So it's and Stockard Channing is in it. Come on, y'all. The cast alone is amazing. So oh, thank you, Kit, honey. I know. I was going to respond to something Andrea was saying, but I can't see the whole comment. Wrong conversation. Yeah, I know. There we go. There we go. All right. Sorry. Cat had a request of us and he was fixing it. Because for once, instead of doing something like that on my laptop, he's using this one because it's where the information he needed was. Dunk. Dunk. All right. Whidbey Island was used for the filming of Practical Magic. Yep. The house is actually something of a tourist attraction. No, he does not wear a pink tutu. That's more John Leguizamo's character. The movie is just really good, though. Let's see, what other... I love the Halloween Town movies. I am... Doom. Wesley Snipes. Tu Wong Fu. There we go. You are not entirely wrong. That's one of the one of the costumes he wore. Let's see. There we go. I can. What's up? That is the three of them. I mean, look at Patrick. Look at Patrick Swayze, though. All right. We're going to take a drink of coffee. Coffee is good. I thought so. Hopefully that Safeway has my stuff. But that movie... I know. But if you have not seen Tu Wong Fu, you've got to watch it. It's a really amazing movie. Kiki's delivery... Okay. 90%... Hazel is commenting that Kiki's delivery service. Honestly, just about any of the Studio Ghibli movies are good for Halloween. So yeah. That's a good one. I love Kiki's delivery service. I'm pretty sure Kiki was my introduction to Studio Ghibli. And then I want to say it's pretty sure it's AMC Theaters does their Studio Ghibli festival that takes like 2 months, and every weekend they play a different Studio Ghibli movie. I am familiar with the show. Andrea is asking if I'm familiar with 911, the TV show. I am familiar with it. I have not watched it, but I have seen quite a few clips from it to know that it's a really good show. So, seeing your picture. Life support. Trying to put shit back where it belongs. Oh yeah, we are doing Bitch and Witch tomorrow night. What are we? We are talking tomorrow. I'm not gonna look. That is so cool. I know I have told you guys about my connection to Halloween Town. There's a couple of them. First is the fact that my oldest... Yes, that's it. That's it. So the... No. So my oldest son's first grade teacher, we moved during his first grade year, was Miss Santana. And she was the first grade teacher of the older brother, or the brother in Halloween Town. That was pretty cool. The movie was filmed in St. Helens, Oregon, which is not far from where I grew up. And then tomorrow's Bitch and Witch title, we are talking about... You cut it. So the title of tomorrow's Bitch and Witch is Burn the Witch, Modern Witch Hunts and the Rise of White Christian Nationalism. I am super, super, super excited to do this one. Because I know I talked about one of the first Bitch and Witches I did was this young witch on the East Coast who the township chief of police of the township came into their shop to remind them that divination was against the law, despite the fact that they had many, many, many signs up around the shop saying, for entertainment purposes only. Not only did he come in, he brought 2 cops, one of whom was off duty, in with him to, as backup, and then continued to harass this young witch for months. I do know that it eventually turned into the young witch was suing the town and the police department. But that is pretty much where all of the information stopped. And I'm sure it was because they stopped talking about it because they were suing them. But that was rather terrifying when it happened. We currently have the rise of white Christian nationalism in our own freaking administration. I mean, Keg's Breath has white nationalist tattoos. Tomorrow night, oh no, that's gonna suck big fat hairy donkey balls. No. Am I on at the same time as... Fuck my life. Okay, so I'll get to watch part of it. One of my favorite deconstructionists is going to be on with the Sons of Liberty tomorrow, and I absolutely adore her. I've talked about Monty quite a few times, and she's amazing. I really, really, really want to pair her, Father Nathan Monk, and probably Jenna Duggar up together. I say Jenna Duggar because while Monty has and Father Nathan have essentially just blown church off completely, Monty is an atheist. Father Nathan, agnostic. Jenna is still very much Christian, but kind of turning away from the evangelicalism that she grew up in. So it would be interesting to see a conversation between the three of them. Let's see, what else are we doing? Sweet. And that YouTube link that just got posted in the portrait chat is the link to their stream if you are interested in watching her. There is... Oh, it's now in both chats. She pops up as the misinformation fairy godmother in but oh God, I can't remember who it is. I stumbled. No, it's not the Jolly Ginger. It's the Cluck. I shared their freaking mosquito repellent commercial because they were talking in the ad for the mosquito repellent about why couldn't you make it MAGA repellent? And he's like, well, the science wasn't there. And as he said the word science, the MAGA zombies that were coming out of the woods started hissing and shambling away. So they just kept repeating science. Science. MontyMater.com has her own... Monty has her own website. She is awesome. But yeah. I hate the fact that I can't remember shit. It's annoying. Very annoying. Let's see what else. Yes, she does. She fronts a metal band too. She is a rock and roll goddess as well. She's fucking awesome. And while I was getting ready for today, I was watching her on another podcast. And the guy, he's like, okay, so I know your story is out there. I don't want to necessarily run you through your paces again, but you know, what was it? How did you grow up? And then his next question was, what was it that made you start questioning? And she's like, well, I was in college and engaged, and my fiance's little sister got pregnant, and she was 12. Come to find out that she'd been being abused by her mom's boyfriend since she was 9 at this point. And I grew up with, no exceptions. It's murder and all of that. But I'm sitting there and I'm involved in all the conversations because we're engaged, right? We did. Holy shit. Did everybody disappear on me? I chased everybody away. Oh, Zin's here. So she's like, so Monty's like, I was part of the conversations about all of this. And I'm like looking at her going, she's a little girl. She's already paying the price for what has been done to her. But this is wrong. And then the next thought that comes to her is, where's the accountability for the father of this baby? We're not holding him accountable. We're just telling her that she has to suffer the consequences. Why? And that was the crack. Honestly, she goes on to explain that really, in my opinion here, the crack started when she was 9, and she discovered through, watching and what she was being taught, that women in her church were second-class citizens, and that women were expected to submit to their men and all of this, and they weren't allowed to do much in the church. And she's like, so if I'm expected to dim my light and submit to my husband after I get married, I'm just not getting married. I think that was her first crack, because then she grew up, became engaged to this other guy whose little sister got pregnant. And that was actually the beginning of the end of their relationship, if I remember. And just, she started deconstructing everything, because she said in that situation that she is one who just loves to learn. Give me the facts. Give me the information. Gimme. So she went and actually started doing research on abortion. And because, she honestly believed that postnatal abortions were done. And she's like, yeah, I discovered that's filicide and it's been illegal this entire time. I also honestly believe that women were going in droves in their second and third trimesters and terminating pregnancies. Learned that wasn't true either, that when those happen, it's very traumatic for the mother because this is a child they wanted. And that most abortions are done prior to 14 weeks. And she's like, I didn't know any of that. I know how that one goes in. But so she's like, I approached the family with some of this information, and yeah, that didn't go well, I'm guessing. So yeah, she has become a major deconstructionist. And I love watching her because she does Bible studies. She does online Bible studies. She will teach you about the Bible, and I'm thinking about participating. Yes. Yes, Andrea, that is exactly it. So Andrea says, so basically men run the show and the women are the show kind of deal. Yeah. So she is one that when someone comments on one of her videos saying you're not biblically accurate, she'll go, all right, here we go. We're going to start with this verse, with this chapter, this verse of this book. And she reads that and she's like, but to go along with this, you have this chapter, verse, book. And she'll flip in her Bible and go read through that. And then she's like, but if you don't like that, well, then there's this one. And she quotes the Bible and breaks it down right. And I mean, you cannot fight with her because she brings the receipts. It is just so awesome. And I love her. How long have I been sitting here raving about Monty this time? 10 minutes? I love people like that. Now I need to find out if Big Fat Gay Witch Jared follows her. And yes, he knows that's how I refer to him. I had him on my podcast a while back. I'm actually thinking about bringing him back on. But he knows I refer to him as one of my 2 big fat gay witches. Love him. He is such a sweetheart. That is one of my favorite things about Amy being in here, when we would get the uber Christian trolls who would tell us we need to find Jesus and shit. Oh, honey, and yeah. Fight them with their own book and their own teachings and to ask them how Christian they think they truly are. Are you actually Christian or are you a performative Christian? It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous that the most Christ-like, Christian-like people I know are either pagans, Satanists, or atheists. Speaking of atheists, do y'all want the train of thought that led me here, or can I just run with it? He's saying train of thought. Okay. Yep, I did. No, we got 6. So, train of thought. Atheists. Famous atheist is Ronnie Reagan. Ronnie Reagan is the son of Ronald and Nancy Reagan. Ronald Reagan was just quoted on this Canadian commercial about tariffs. Donald Trump decided to, call off all trade deal conversation with Canada over this ad. And then Ronnie Reagan's daughter, I cannot remember her fucking name. Yeah, if you can find it, that would be great. But still, his daughter, who is queer as fuck, went on one of the news channels, probably CNN, might have been MSNBC, talking about how Trump saying that was not what Ronald Reagan had said. That was fake news. That was AI. That was blah, 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 blah. And this was the next day after he did all of that, I am being corrected. She was on about him destroying the East Wing. But when someone bearing the last name of Reagan comes out and says you're a fucking idiot when it comes to politics, that's like the rest of Worm Boy's family saying he's a forking idiot and never should have been allowed anywhere near any kind of power. I mean, come on. You have two of the conservative party's, idol family saying you're stupid. Yep. John says when you use their own book and comments against them, you're the evil one because they really can't face. Yep. Andrea says they say love your neighbor as yourself, but yet they do a 180 and condemn folk for believing or living differently. Hi, I am 47 years old. When I was in my late teens and early 20s, the WWJD bracelets were hella popular, right? What did WWJD stand for? What would Jesus do? They hammered this shit into our brains. Before you do anything, ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Would Jesus want you to be rude? Would Jesus want you to be cruel? No, he would want you to be kind because his commandment was, do unto others as you would have done unto you. Turn the other cheek, love your neighbor as yourself. And what you do for the least of these, you do for me. Those were his teachings. They taught us that when I was a teenager and a child. And now those of us who have taken those teachings to heart and actually live by that example, we are the ones being told that we are wrong and we are evil because we want to actually help those who are in need. No, God helps those who help themselves. That's what we believe. Yes, but he also told you to help those who are in need. So you can't have it both fucking ways, y'all. Sorry. I will rant about religion for a while because it just... And this is why I am talking about the rise of Christian nationalism tomorrow. But yeah, it's infuriating. These people who swear that they live by the Bible, they live and die by the Bible, but you tell them or you act in accordance with the good book that they claim, and they tell you you're an idiot and that you shouldn't be doing that. Do you know how many of them I want to look at and say, have you actually read the Bible? Because I have. More than once. It's been a while, but I've done it. And, you are not living by the word of God that I was taught. You are not living by the teachings of Jesus that I learned about. What changed in 30 years? Because it's been about 30 years, since I stepped onto my path. I don't understand this. I know. So, but I was also that kid. Actually, here we go. This is a good example. This is senior picture. And most seniors, you'll write a little note on the back of the picture. Oh, hell. Can you fix it so I can show? This picture was to a dear friend, and here in this corner is a little cross with radiance coming off of the arms, and it says, God bless. See? There it is. You can see that it says, God bless. Peace, love, happiness, God bless. I was that kid. I wore a crucifix constantly until my brother lost it when I was moving. So that is who I was, that good little Christian girl. Oh, sorry. I was that good little Christian girl. And I read the Bible. I wanted to go and do the confirmation classes because unlike my brothers, I did not get confirmed in the church. And I wanted to do all of that. And I learned. And now I'm being told that those teachings that I try still to live by are the problem. And I don't understand it. I was taught to be kind, to be compassionate, to be empathetic. Probably. I did. Sorry. I forget. I'm so angry about this. And then we get the people who are screaming at the top of their lungs that this country was founded on Christian principles, on rah 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 rah, but yet our fucking founding documents say there shall be no national religion. They were very, very explicit about that we will not have a state-defined religion that everybody must follow. We were founded on the principle of freedom of, and therefore from, religion. That's what I put my life on the line to defend. Don't know about the rest of y'all, but my life went on the line to defend our Constitution, which included that freedom of and from religion. I'm raving and ranting again. I'm sorry, guys. I am so fucking frustrated with all of this. And the people who seem to think it's okay. I don't get it. Yep, under God was added in the 50s during McCarthyism because the people in power, the powers that be, decided that the way to weed out and root out all of the communists in our country was to add under God to something that was said constantly, because communists won't say under God, will they? And so they took the Pledge of Allegiance that was originally, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, and decided to add one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To an extent, John says, apparently we're free to do and say what we like and think, providing it agrees with what they like and think. However, I am very, very proud of the English people who have this giant fucking billboard of a shaved, bald, shady Vance that's following him around on his English holiday. The couch fucker. There is a social media group. They're across all social media channels, and their entire purpose is to have more followers than Shady Vance, and they are so far, I don't remember if they're succeeding, but they are close, which is fucking awesome. All right, y'all. I have puppers who are begging me to take them out because we missed their pre-stream potty. And then they are going to want to eat because, well, they're dogs. So, my darlings, my dears, my witchlings, I am going to say please. Oh, it's still storming? Oh, it's not storming, so it's so it is time to take them out before it gets nasty again. So, I am going to say I love you guys to bits. Please do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing because it does keep the Witchling circle going and the spiral spinning. And then go out and spread love, joy, and kindness because there's already enough darkness and hate. Please, let's try to be beacons of hope and light and love for those lost in the dark. Speaking of love, tell your loved ones whether they walk on two legs, fly with wings, curl up with fur, glide on scales, or tiptoe on tiny paws and claws, that they are absolutely precious to you. Moments slip away faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come far, far, far too soon. And please, my witchlings, please, 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 always, always, always remember, you are loved. You are wanted. You are needed, and you genuinely do have a purpose here. It is real, even if you have yet to discover it yourself. I was 45 before I did. I love you guys all. I love you so much. Namaste, my witchlings.